Hello coders, good morning. It's 7:04, sorry I'm a bit late. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. I was making tea. Hello Tyrannid, thank you for joining. Hope everything's going well. Hope everyone's doing fine. Today I'm going to be working through the back end. I'm going to regroup and work on the back end of this project. Last stream I did something which was to do with the static site of the legacy thing. I've completely changed my mind on that, and I'm gonna park that for now because that's a rabbit hole I do not want to walk down. I need to get this done, so we're gonna work through this. No free time. Yeah, I know what you mean. Cool. Okay, so let me get to this mode. So I've just rebuilt the front end. I just want to make sure that that's live and kicking. Which it is. That's all good. Excellent. And if I was to go over here, what I've been doing on the backlog is I've created various different little sprints, little tasks, if you will. So forgotten password emails, account my profile, Stripe webhooks, getting the code, featured courses, DevOps, some testing. Now, obviously, the issue count's pretty small on these things, so they will increase as the times go by. But I think these are like the high-level things that I need to achieve. Phase 2 is everything that we do after launch. Sorry, my phone is was having a go then. Okay, so what I've also done is I've created a label for on stream and MVP, which means that now I can actually go through certain things on the stream and certain things off the stream, because you know there are things in here that I need to tackle, such as setting up servers and stuff that I wouldn't mind doing off stream. So let's take a look at the things that I can do, and I think what I'll do is I'll just work through them. So for instance, this one, get the code. So I've got to create an entity that includes the code link. I need to alter the CMS to upload files to S3. I need to alter the front end to show the download button. I need to replace the button with an upgrade package if the user is on a free package. All of that kind of shenanigans I can do on stream. There's a lot of back-end stuff there. Also with the let's take a look at the account my profile. So here, another API endpoint to update a user's updated profile, log all the errors, yada yada yada. So there's a ton of stuff, and I think what I'm going to do, instead of just starting a sprint, is just work through all of this, like all the stuff that I can do in one hit. That would probably be a good idea, and focus on the back end. So we'll take a look at the created the get the code stuff. We'll take a look at that, because essentially what this is if I go back to here, let's just quickly log in. I say quickly log in. Okay, so let's take a look at that one, for instance. So this is the Linux Bash for beginners. If I scroll down here, there is this section, get the code. So it's this thing, the back end of this. Now, obviously, this is hardwired, so it doesn't. I haven't checked anything there to say that I'm logged in or what kind of package I'm on yet. So we will have to do that. But essentially, it's the case. It's the fact that it's trying to get the code from somewhere. And what I'm thinking of doing is just bunging this up to get moving the code to some sort of hosting provider, and then have a download link, and then verify that download link via the gateway. So, and of course that needs to go as well. Anywho, let's get into the back end, which is here. I suppose it's probably a good idea as well for me to get the content management system going as well, CMS, because it all ties up into that kind of in that thing. So let's jump on. Okay, so for instance, if I go to courses, I'm feeling a bit chesty today because I went out for a run last night. Okay, so and I haven't been out running for a long time. Madness. So, for instance, if we clicked on Edit here, I need to have in this form a text box that has the or even not even a text box, like an image upload, but for the course. Yeah. So yeah. And then it'll be similar to the image upload, I guess. Let's have a look at that. So if we go to courses, let's go to let's take it from the CMS. So let's go to CMS course controller. Okay, so that's handling, creating form. That's what I want, the form. So we need another form. Excuse me, another form section in here. So that's image type, and this is a Vinch image type. So we need a similar thing, but for uploading like zip files, that kind of stuff. So if I had a look at the entity, so if I went up to src entity, go to course, let's step through that. So title, image, here we go. So that would be that's a many to one. So many courses have one image. Excuse me. App entity image. So maybe I need to do a similar thing for the course. That might probably work. And then we click on the image, and then that becomes. So that would become code file, and that would become code path or file name. Okay. Similar, very similar to this. Let's take a look at the actual task. How did I write that out? Alter tutorial entity. So actually, it's not a tutorial; it's a course. It's not a tutorial; it's a course. So that was wrong when I wrote that up. So we're going to alter the course entity to include the code link. So let's just change that. Otherwise, I'll get confused. Add alter course entity to include course link, and then let's put in requires code entity join like the image. Join. Okay. So all right, so that's what we're going to do. I think that's probably a good start. Now, anything that touches the entities, really, I need to have a test to back that up. So let's go and have a little gander and see how I've done it with the rest of the show. So, for instance, here we've got the course test, and then we've got the image test somewhere there. Image test. So let's copy the image test over. Yeah, copy and then paste that in there. Whoops. If I can. You can allow me? Yeah. Change that to be code test. Okay, code test. Sweet. All right. Let's do a search for that. And just do a Control R. And so that's code. Oops, code. There we go. And replace all. Okay. So let's start. We'll start on this one. Okay, so it's a UUID. It's a new code. And we set the ID and we make sure that it's the same ID. Okay, fine. We also need to deal with the fact that we have a file name. So how did I do that with image test? Was it just a case of setting and getting? Yeah, it was. Okay, so this is new code. We're going to do set file name and then get file name. And the file name will be something like HTTPS // let's just do Docker. Let's do how to code well .net / something along the lines of well, it would be I reckon I could do it as far as code.howtocodewell.net, and then this would be something like the course name, so Docker for beginners. And then maybe a .zip, something like that. That might work. Okay. So then we get the file name. Get file name. Okay. So let's create a file name variable here. Pass that in. So it's a bit of a naughty test, but it's making me think about how I should structure this. So I need another subdomain. That's what I need. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, then that's set test set file name. What else did I have with set file name? What else did I have? In the image. ToString. Okay, that checks that. Okay, let's grab that. Did anyone hear about the Hey Natsak, thank you for joining. Did anyone hear about all the Twitch removing many people's clips and highlights and videos and VODs? It was a massacre. It's to do with the copyright music, which, as someone who's got a YouTube channel, that's hit me for a long time, which was why I don't do it. So the music that we have on at the moment is from Harris Heller. It's Stream Beats, and it's totally free, so it doesn't fall into that category. I've got it running from Spotify. So if anyone here or anyone who watches this goes, what music can I use on a stream? Check this out. I'll bring it up. Stream Beats. You can see my playlist there, drum and bass 2020. That's what I was listening to last night as I was punishing the pavement as I was running. That's why I'm feeling a little bit sort of chesty today. Don't worry, it's not the virus. I hope. I had one of those runs where I pushed it so hard last night that I ended up coming back and throwing up. Nice. Right, let's set the file name. And then we should be setting that to the string. I didn't go very far. I couldn't. I'm not fit enough. I went for like what seemed like forever, but probably lasted for about 10 minutes. I can't run as well as I used to. Okay, let's change that to be code. Right. Now, obviously, this entity doesn't work. This is going to fail. So let's go and just test that theory out, right? So yeah, I'm using it in here. Let's do make. Did I call it test test unit, or is it unit test? Test unit. There we go. Test unit. Ooh. Okay. You want? Fine. There we go. Take that. Okay, what have we got here? Yeah, we got the entity code not found. Okay, cool. So let's go and sort that through. So up in entities, so I checked whether or not they did, and I don't think they did. I couldn't see any that were removed. So the thing is with me, they have so it's different when you're a partner. So with Twitch, there's like there's different sort of levels of that you can be as a Twitcher, as a streamer. The first one is obviously, you've just joined, that's cool. And then the next one is affiliates. So you have to reach a certain standard to get that. And then the next one over there is partner. And then within partner, within affiliate, there is other sort of tiers and stuff. Other challenges that you have to meet to progress. And depending on where you are in the levels, they will allow you to have more of your older streams available. So at the moment with me, they delete my streams after a certain period. So I always get this message saying, this is expiring. This is one of the reasons why I have the YouTube channel, the live, How to Code Well live YouTube channel, so I can archive these things. However, I haven't been archiving them for a while. They are all queued up. They're all there. I just haven't done them, the descriptions and everything for them, and the images. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so with me, it's like I don't have all of my previous stuff. Whereas if I was a partner and I was like one of these big streamers, I would have a lot of my old archive. So from what I'm trying to say is they didn't actually have, for me, a lot to go through. Because most of it was deleted anyway. So yeah, that's good. However, I remember there was a period of time where I was using another service to play music, and Twitch loved it. That was fine, but when I archived them and put them up to YouTube copyright striked me. So swings and roundabouts, Yeah, sometimes they mute audio in the copyrighted stuff. Yeah. And I was using this thing called Pretzel, and it was that was the thing that was causing some of the copyright strike stuff. So it was even the copyright-free stuff via Pretzel, put it up onto YouTube, didn't like it. Copyright striked. Crazy times, I tell you. Although, if you're using copyrighted stuff, you kind of, you kind of have to expect some sort of fallback. Okay. There's an element of risk. Definitely. Element of risk. I don't recommend doing it at all. And really, it's not nice. Even radio stations have licenses with their with the people they play. So, okay, right. Let's fix this up. So I guess I could just copy the image entity, and we'll call this code. That's old, very old. I'll just remove that. Just shows when I started this project, very, very old, 2017. Ugh, gosh. Okay, code. That's probably the oldest date I've seen in this. Table name is code. And this is also code. And that would be codes? I don't know. Images. That would be code file. Mapping images. I'll have to come back to that. I'm not sure what that's all about. So that's fine with the file name. That would be code file. ToString, file name, that's fine. Get file name, yes. That would return a code. Have I sorted the return types on these strings? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that would return a code. Or I could just return self. And then here it returns the code to be uploaded. So that's code. Get code file. This code file. And then that would be code. And that would be code. Now the reason why I'm not doing this is, find and replace is just because I'm trying to work out what this actually does. Okay, code. That would return code, and it's not that big. Code. Okay, so we supply the code. That's the entity. But now we're saying we want to supply the file. Let me bring up the image type. Sorry, the image as just a reference. So let's do split vertically. Let's get rid of that for a minute. And then let's compare that with code here. Alright, so scroll to the top. That's fine. Code file, image file. Okay, is a file. File name is a string. ToString, get file. Set file name, get code, file. Oh wait, hang on, have I done something wrong here? Set file name. Alright, then get code file is get image file. That is beg your pardon, that is file. Gotcha. That's where I screwed up. So that's still a file, it's an uploaded file, that becomes the code. That returns the code, which returns the image, that's fine. That becomes the file. Oh dear. One could argue that I could just extend this, but I'm not sure if I should. Code file is code. Okay, and then if code is an instance of uploaded file, then set the updated date to this and then return this. Okay, I think that covers it. Apart from getting that back. So let's go and let's get rid of that for a minute. So this is the code repository that I need to create. It's just a wrapper for the entity repository. Hello. And I can put additional bits and pieces in there. Hi, Choose Nara. Thank you very much for following. That's great. Thank you. You've just set off the emojis. Boom. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Okay, so let's run those tests again. I had them in this here, didn't I? Yep. Not a massive fan of running terminal commands in PHP Storm, to be honest. But hey, okay, that's good. That's all done. 186 tests, all clean and clear. Good. Okay, so that's the code. And essentially what we're trying to do here is it's this bit here. So, whoops. We want a button that says download the code if it is available. So what I need to do, therefore, and also have a section in here saying upload the code. That's basically what we want to try and do. So, okay, so that's creating the code, but now I need to associate the code to the course. So, if we go to... It's probably best if we go to the course itself and have a look at how the image is done. So here we've got, it's a many to one, target entity, app entity, image, cascade is persist. Yeah, I think it's going to be similar to this. Now obviously there needs to be some database changes to this. Actually, let's before we start fiddling about, let's have a look at the tests for the course. Course. Do I have course tests up here? New course test. There we go. Okay, so tests toString. Let's have a look and see if there is one for an image. Oh, have I not tested that? Really? That's naughty of me. Okay. I just want to double check something a minute. Bear with me a mo whilst I just tinker. I want to check my code coverage. Bear with me a second because I'm sure that's covered. Let's do test. Oh, sorry, make test unit coverage. Oh, of course I need to evaluate the shell. Of course I do. Silly me. Yeah, I'm doing all right, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good. It is trying times, but I'm happy today, right now. Alright, so that's gone to create code coverage, and that would have landed in... I'm always happy when I'm writing code. My wife would disagree. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm looking for code coverage in tests, in output. Coverage in here. So what I can do is just load this up as... Whoa, 404. That's not good. Maybe... Is that because it's in the container? Okay, wait. Let me see if I can... Bear with me a second whilst I sort this out. I think what I need to do... Yeah! That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Let's get rid of that. Bringing all my terminal windows around. Alright, come on, Pete. Let's sort this out. So it's in here, you need to evaluate the shell, and it is in tests underscore output ls, and it's coverage, I think, and we should be able to open the index. There we go. It's done so in Safari, but it's there. Okay, so entities. Interesting that is only... Oh yeah, that's not covered. Ah, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. Aha, I've found a bug. Set file name, set file. That needs to be set image, set code file, not set image file. That's what I need. Code file. Alright. And then we want to check the course. And we want to see if there's a way of... Yes, the images aren't tested. Tut 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 tut. Tut tut tut. Okay. Okay, so let's work through this course test. So let's grab one of these. So this is set code. Set code. Where did that go? There we go. Okay, so this is, we don't need that. So we instantiate a new course. We want to do set code. And we want to go code is equal to new code. Code. Set file name, and this is, let's just do code.zip. And then we set that to here, and we want to make sure that this asserts the same. So if we do code.zip on this one, course, oops, that needs to be in a string, course get code get file name returns, oh hang on, have I, is that, yeah, that needs to be capital N. File name returns that. Okay, let's run those tests again. Good. Cool. Okay, so now we go up to the course itself, and what we want to do is we want to copy the image, which is tutorials duration image. That's what we want to copy. We want to put it just here, and this is going to be code now, and this is going to be code, and this is going to be code. And I'll scroll right to the bottom of the file, and in there I'll press Command N, and then we will do getters and setters, and we'll get and set the code. Boom. Get and set the code. Set code. So let's run those tests once more. And hopefully that would have passed. Boom. Yes. 187. Okay. Cool. We're getting there. Now obviously there needs to be a change to the database, to the migrations, right? For that. So let's go ahead and check that out. So let's go excuse me. Let's do see, I'm finding this a struggle. Let's just go straight back into the terminal. Right. Let's close that, clear that down, make some room. This is just the front end being hot reloading, so that can just disappear up there. So up here, what we can do is we can do docker exec, oops, sorry, docker compose, beg your pardon. It is API, it is IT bash. So we get into the container, or at least we try. Oh, of course, compose doesn't have that, does it? No, of course not. Right, we're in the container, and I need to do bin. First of all, I need to take some tea. Console. There we go. And it was, I can't remember the command. It's too early in the morning to pull this out of my memory, as it's 7:39 in the morning. So let's just run the console and get it. It's something like doctrine db migrate diff, something along those lines. Doctrine migrations diff. There we go. So what this will do is it'll compare the entities. Actually, I guess what I should do before I do this, yeah, I need to do make tests. Do I? I need to do something. Bear with me a second. Let's just get back to here. I need to do, I'm going to cat out my make file, because there is something I need to do. It is static analysis, definitely. And then doctrine entity validate. Yeah, let's do static analysis first. So let's do make static analysis. So this is going to run PHP stan, just in case this picks anything up. 2 errors. Has no return type specified. Brilliant. 2 errors on code that I haven't played with today. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to ignore that for a minute. Let's do the next one, which it's this one that I really want to look at. I want to just make sure that my entities are valid. So this checks the mapping. Okay, the database schema is not up to in sync, so that's fine. But that's good. That's what I wanted to make sure. This one here with the static analysis. Let's just quickly have a look at those before we deal with the database. So user manager on line 99. I should have done this. This is terrible of me. User manager. So manager. User. Is it the interface? Get. This is what I was playing with over last weekend. So that needs to return the user, doesn't it? Okay, let's just run that again. I should clear that out. And then this one here is the save user has no return type. This is again user manager. That should be void. Okay, right. Make static analysis. Should come back green now. Good. Okay, good. So now we can do our jump into the container job, which I had going here, didn't I? Yeah, and then run the doctrine migrations diff. So that should generate me a file. Yeah, it does. So let's go and have a little look at that. I forget where that's gone. Migrations. There we go. This one here. So let's get rid of that for a minute. Get some room. So create table course has an ID. It's a UUID with the file name. Default date times, creation dates. That's fine. Primary keys set. Good. Okay, that's all good stuff. alter table course, add the code ID, course. Wait. I think there's an issue here. I think there is. If we go to... Yeah, there is an issue, I'm sure. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. That isn't. That should be mapping. That's not right. Why is that there? That's not... That mapping's wrong. So, image, mapping images, file name property. That just doesn't look right to me. I'll have to look at that, I think, off stream, but that should be codes, and that doesn't make any sense. Like if I was to follow that pattern, so I think I'm gonna have to look at how this works. Unless actually this might be running off the back of the types of the forms. So, for instance, if we had a look at the image type here, we would have images. It might be that. Meh. Alright, I think I might have to look at that off stream. Let's just run the mapping again. Make sure that does... if I can find... Validate. Yeah, let's just run that a minute. Okay. Let's run the migrations. Cool, and just for assurance, let's just run the diff again. Hopefully that'll come back with everything's fine, no changes have been detected. Excellent, good. I just wanted to make sure that tweak didn't do anything. Okay, so that's the database migrated, and of course if we ran the DB backup script, that would also take into account. Not the DB backup script, the DB update script, that would take that into account. I just want to double check something a minute. We'll go through the database, I think, on this one, because I just want to be doubly sure. Let's do it up in this one. So use API_DB. Just want to be overly sure. So let's do describe. I just want to be 100% sure that my code can be null. Default to null. Yes, it is. Nullable is true. Yep. Christ. Okay. Let me... Wow. Drinking vitamin water. You know, water with a vitamin C tablet in. Just to try and get rid of this. Okay, so... What else do I need to do? Let's refer back to Jira. It's probably a good start, right? Keep me on point. So, alter course entity to include code link. That's done. Alter CMS upload to S3. Okay, I'll do that. alter front end to show download button, replace download button. So let's deal with the CMS stuff, I think. Actually, we can deal with there's a bit more to this. I need to change the API. Update the course API to return to include the code link. Yeah, if there is one. So we'll work on that. Did these not change when you... Let's refresh this page. Does that not change? Yeah, okay, so that was removed. Okay, good. Right, so with this, what I need to do is I need to update the APIs to return the link of the code. So, in controller, in API course controller, what we have here is, so this is getting the enrollment. That's not what we need. We need to do show, and we also need to do index. I think they're the changes. Now this is running off of a JSON encoder that I created. You pass in the course, and that works. Hey, console logger, thank you for following. You've just set off the emojis. Boom. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, excuse me. So, what I need to do then is deal with this JSON encoder. So the JSON encoder is the course JSON encoder, which is this. It takes either an array of courses or a course, and then it encodes them. Surprise, surprise. So what we need, so can you see here we got the image file name and everything here. So we need to do a similar thing to this. Now, how am I going to test this out? I guess I could do it through Postman, but I also want to just make sure, do I have, like, I know I've got API tests and everything, but I'm not sure if they go down to this granular level. I just want to double check that. So tests, I can't remember if it's assessed or a test. I can't remember. It's assessed. So it will be course assessed. Here we go. Oh, that's cool. Get course. So I can run this actually, this test here, which is the course API get course. Excellent. And I can take a look and see that there is a relationship of the code. Groovy. All right, let's try that. I won't run all the tests because that would take some time. So I think what I'll do is from here, I'll do make, actually no, it's probably best to get into the container. Yeah, let's get rid of that for a minute and then come out of this. And then get into the container for the actual reverse search. Bash. There we go. Right, get into the container for the API. And I want to do bin code sep run API -g. Let's run that specific test. Now this should pass. Should pass. They all should. Oh dear. Why didn't that pass? Oh, hang on a minute. Is this because I've changed the database now and it's freaking out? Probably. I guess what I should do here is log that. Make log critical. Let's run that test again. I reckon it's the database change. Yeah, column not found, code ID, infield list. Oh wait, no, this is because my tests drop the database and then recreate the database for every API test because they touch the database, of course, and I haven't updated the database to take that into account. I should have remembered. Okay, so how do we get around that? Well, let's bring up another terminal window here. Just quickly eval that and then go into here. So I need to do make DB backup. That's what I need to do. And I need to do that after the DB has been rebuilt. So let's do make. Yeah, I think that's right. DB. It's not backup. Is it or is it rebuild? Rebuild DB. I really should change those make commands so they're always DB and then rebuild or yeah. So this is going to drop the database. It's going to create the database. It's now going to run through all the migrations, including that migration that we've got with the course, if you can see here, right? And then it's going to load the fixtures up. So now I have a database with that new change, which now means that I can do make DB backup. Right, so that's now going to, if I put in that secret squirrel password for the development database, that should now have created or overwritten, I should say, the test data dump.sql, which we have here, which means now that if I was to run this test up here, it should hopefully, fingers crossed, pass. Because now we've ran that, we've got that, yes, because now we've got that that in the database, that alteration. So let's remove that for now. Good, and I can probably get rid of that as well. Excellent, so it works. Woohoo! Good, okay, so what I need to do then is, see, this is why it's good to have these tests. Just to keep you, keep things running. Okay, so it's this thing here. What I need to do is I need to have that ran, okay? Yep. So I need to have code, because this is going to be in the include paths. We need to have code here, and that needs to be code. Now, what this test is doing is it's checking the return of the JSON of the API, and just ensuring that it has all the relevant fields. Code, not the field values, the fields. Okay, and also, actually, no, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not doing the test. I should be doing the test first. Let's remove that. There we go. Right, so, silly me. Have I got rid of that? I think I have. Tests, API, course test. Here we go, get course. That's what I want, this thing here. So this is checking the response matches the JSON type of this. So what I would have here is another section here. That would be called code. It doesn't have it multiple times. And then here we would have, so here I've got a section called thumbnail. Code, we can do code download. And we can check that this is a string. Alright. Cool. So we run this test, it should fail because we don't have that. But now we've got a failing test to work against. Yeah. So it fails because the return doesn't include code download. Doesn't exist. Okay, so let's take a look at how we can implement that. So in the course JSON encoder, let's fill out those bits again. So that would be code. That would also be code underscore download, and then this would be code. That would be file name, and then this would be code. Okay, this is still going to fail because I need to map these things. So this should still fail, hopefully. My watch is telling me to move. Woo! Alright. I put my sports watch on the other week, and I was so embarrassed by the amount of lack of steps that I was doing due to lockdown. Yeah. Yep. Code download still doesn't work. Good. Okay, so this is the encoder. I still need to do that. So sorry. This here needs to be copied and pasted down here. This needs to be code class. Yeah. Something like that. It was pretty bad. Although yesterday I did hit a couple of thousand because I did go out for a run, hence why I'm feeling pretty rough today. Did not want to get up this morning, I'll tell you that. I was a bit late to the show today. Code schema, that needs to be created. Schema. Let's scroll to the top and just make sure that we have that in there. If it doesn't exist yet, we will put that in. Alright, so code schema. That's this thing that we need to do, but we also need to attack the course schema as well. So this is the thumbnail, get thumbnail. Passing in the resource. So this is the mapper. This maps the values to that JSON payload. Okay, so here we need to have another relationship, which is code, and that is get code. Okay. Then down up here we need to have code download. We need to have another method in here called get code download. Pretty similar to this. So we're going to leave that as empty because not all get code. Not all courses will have code. The new ones will do, definitely, for sure. But being that this is a project that's going to archive, well, have the whole archive of all the courses that I've ever done. The first course that I did doesn't have code. So this is file path, get code, get file name, file path. Okay, so that gets that. What else do we need to do? Is that all I need to do? Is that all I need to do? Yes, but we also need to create a schema. Let's just run those tests. I'm sure, I need to create a code schema itself. So that will fail miserably. least, come on. Whoop. Knocked my microphone stand. Yeah. Yeah. Let's run that again. I think it's because I need a schema, but we'll just be doubly sure. That returned at 500. So I want to just make sure what's breaking in the back end. So I think it's because I'm missing a schemas. We got course schema here. This is what we're working on, but I think it's because I need a code schema. Uncore exception schema for app code. Yes. So we'll take image schema. We'll copy that and we'll paste that in. That needs to be code schema now. And then this is code schema. This is the code. That's the type of it. That becomes code. That's the toString, so that will return. There we go. Okay, that becomes code. File name, get file name. Okay, get attributes, get relationships. I think that covers it. Right, let's run those tests again. So far I've done 145 steps today. I don't know how I've managed to do that. I've literally got out of bed, had a shower, and then turned the computer on. So I don't know how I've managed to do 145 steps. Okay, this is still failing. There has been and it's a 500. We have what looks like a few uncore exception return of course get code. Must be an instance of code. Null is returned. Ahaha. So this is course.php on line 515. So this is a problem with my entities. Okay, let's go up to... that needs to be code. Jeez. There we go. Get code download, get file name. Yeah. The image shouldn't be here. Oh yes, it should be here. Get course download. Right. Okay. But let's run those tests again. There still is another issue though. It's the nullness of the actual course entity. So image code, this thing here, needs to return code or null. Which means, yeah. Whoops, and you're saying it's on 515. I can't remember the shortcut key to load up the line numbers, but we'll get it by line number. 515 down here. Down here, yeah. So let's remove this for a second, and let's just make sure I've wired up my properties correctly. So let's do getters and setters code. That should be, yeah, question mark code, null, get code, should be question mark code. Yes, okay, that's better. So let's run those tests again. Oh dear. Uncore exception error, warning declaration of course set code should be compatible with... Oh, that's a proxy. That's a proxy. This could be a caching issue. Yeah, that could be a caching issue, I reckon. Yeah, var cache. So let's gosh, I can't remember the command for that. Isn't it like cache clear or something? Console, bin console, and then is it cache clear? Clear cache? I'm guessing. Oh, here we are. There we go. It's done. Cache clear. Okay, let's run those tests again. No, still error. Still erroring, although this time didn't throw an exception. It's just not the right array key expects parameters to be what? What's all this? What's all this malarkey? It's something to do with my relationships. Excuse me. Course cess. Something to do with this. Let's get rid of that for a minute. Okay, that worked. That passed. However, I thought I put that down as a relationship. Let me see. I thought we had that as a relationship. I thought in course schema, get relationships, we have this as code code. Oh, it's because it's null. It's not there. That's why. Ha ha ha. I see. Okay, yeah. So for this instance, I can't test that there is a relationship of code because the code doesn't exist. Huh. Yeah. Okay. So I'm squabbling over. Yeah. All right. I would have to put in like a default. Meh. Okay, I think what I'll do for this is just get rid of that test for this specific one. Let's load up Postman quickly and just have a look and see what it looks like from a response point of view. So it would be in course API, it would be in get course, and I think I'm going to need to log in as the system. No, I'll definitely need to log in as a system. So let's go to, I think I've stupidly put it in the user API. Let's log in quickly. That will set the bearer token against these Postman tests, which it has done. And then the next one is this get course malarkey. So let's hit send off of this. What we're looking for is not that. That's not what we're looking for at all. Why did that not system token? What token am I putting in here? User token. Why am I doing that? That should be system token, surely. Let's try again. Odd. There we go. Okay, so that's the response. Let's just make that a little bit... can I move that up? Am I able to move... perhaps not. Apologies. Okay, so we're looking for we're looking for code download, and it's got an empty thing, which is great. And then let's have a look at the relationships. Yes, the code, we have a relationship, but it's empty. That's fine. Marvelous. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's run all the tests. Let's just make sure that they all work. Excuse me. Let's get rid of that for a minute. Come out of the container. Let's do make tests. This is going to run through everything. Whoa. Is it make test or make tests? No. Oh, it helps when you're in the right path. Excuse me. It helps when you're in the right path. Come out of that one. There we go. Make tests. There we go. Right, so this is going to run PHP Beautifier. And it's found and it's fixed 3 things. That's great. So let's run it again. Now it's doing PHP mess detector. Now it's running PHP stan. We know this should pass, which it does. Now we're doing the validate. We know that should pass, which it is. Now we are running the DB update. So this is dropping the database, creating the database, doing the migrations, running the fixtures. So this is my little script that runs through all of my tests. I just want to make sure that I haven't screwed anything up. Okay, now it's clearing the cache. Excellent. Now it's running codesep run, which runs both the APIs, the API tests, the integration tests, and the unit tests. Now the API test and the integration tests, these do take some time because they drop the database for every test and then they recreate it. So these do take a fair amount of time, as you can see here, 11.29 seconds on that one. So this will take some time to go through, but it's always good to keep doing this to ensure that my code is at a standard that that is sort of half decent. I've got right now I've got no indication that this should fail. So I've got I don't think that any of this should fail. But as we did see during the stream, I did put in some code that failed with PHP stan. Last weekend I did that. So this is a good time to just check. Hey, my emojis have fired off again. Yeah. Hello, Dean. Hang on. I swear I need glasses. Hello, Dean Intend of Fan. Is that the right way of saying that? Thank you for following. I appreciate that. Right, so this is actually running the API requests. So this is actually making an API request. It's verifying the response. For every request, it's dropping the database, and then recreating it. And also, there's things up here which tests for making sure that certain users of certain roles cannot access certain things. So, it's actually testing for exceptions. And getting the correct error responses. In fact, if I was to do this with the, it might not we might not be able to see it at the moment, but if I was to run this with system API, if I was to evaluate the Docker container again, and if I was to do this whilst logging out so if I did my make log critical, I think I've already passed the errors that ran. Here we go, uncaught exception, and it's making sure. So here you have already enrolled in this course, so it's making sure that is coming back correctly. And here's another one. So this is testing that a monthly user, a free user can enroll on a course that has a monthly package. It's making sure that exception is thrown correctly, with the right error response. Excuse me. But today I fiddled around with the course, and that's quite a massive thing to do, to fiddle around with that. So that's why I'm being a little bit overly cautious. One thing I don't want is for me to do a lot of work in a stream and then and not realize that I've broken anything, legacy stuff. And we're coming close to, well, I've already put out the roadmap, so we're already kind of getting close to the next phase of this. So I want to be a little bit more, excuse me, a little bit more cautious. God, my throat. Excuse me. Yeah, that was so as a monthly user, I want to enroll in a course with a monthly. As a free user, I want to enroll in a course that has a monthly package. As a monthly user, I want to enroll with. Oh, it's cut off the thing with a monthly package. Oh, it's not following it. Sorry. Now it's just testing the Stripe stuff. Now it's testing the tags. Okay, we should be done with the APIs now. We should be moving on to the integration tests. So this is testing the integration, hopefully, if this moves on. Yeah. Okay, so there's no functional tests, but there are 7 integration tests. So this is integrating with Stripe. So this is actually making API calls to Stripe and then checking those. So that's done. And then here we run all of the unit tests, which just flew through, because obviously the unit tests are they're testing the units of work rather than actually the integration of things. So there we go, 229 tests, 421 assertions, all passed. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I haven't broken anything. So, okay. Let's go back to Jira and see. So that's this one. Update the course API to include the course link. Now, obviously, I need to handle the content management system to actually have that course link in here. So I guess that's the next thing to do. However, there isn't much time left on this stream, unfortunately. Okay, so, but essentially this is going to go here on the front end. Okay, let's just go back to there. What I need to do is mark that as... we're going to still say that this is in progress. I'm going to leave a comment for myself here to say that this can only be... completed once we have the CMS updated. Once the CMS is updated. Okay. And can I link that task? Is there a way of doing that? I'm sure there is. Yeah, it's 1354. No, it's not. Sorry, it's it's 353. Oh, good. There's a drop down. Excellent. So it's really that one, and it's also yeah, it is that one. There we go. That'll do. What's that, Dean? Is that... I'm just reading the chat. Top cheer, no data. Yeah. I think that was on a rolling 7-day, and I haven't had anything yet. Either that or the overlay is not working correctly. Excuse me. So we've got the back end, and we got the front end. Our front end's built in Gatsby, and the back end is built in Symfony with the APIs that I was creating today. And today we were working through the having a code download for all the courses that I have. So the next thing I need to do is to work through and upload the files via the CMS. So have a thing here. Yeah, but I'm a freelance developer and I need to start my work in say half hour. So I'm going to get some breakfast beforehand. So thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining and following. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. The next time I do a stream will be Thursday in the evening, 2100, about that time, British summertime. And then, of course, we'll have the Sunday stream, which is at 14:30 GMT. So, yeah. But I'm going to go and grab some breakfast, and then I'm going to work on something completely different. Oh, good. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. Happy coding, everyone. Stay healthy and stay awesome. We'll see you again soon. Cheers. Happy coding. Bye bye.